Today happens to be the day, 49 years ago, when Maharaja Hari Singh, the illustrious father of an illustrious son, Dr. Karan Singh, signed the instrument of accession that the state of Jammu and Kashmir has become a part of the Indian dominion. It's a historic day. This is the day on which the accession of several states in this country was complete, and from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India has emerged as an independent nation. Now you are aware, for about 9 years in Jammu and Kashmir there were no elections. For the past 5 decades, our neighboring country Pakistan has launched 2 wars in regard to Kashmir issue. They have also gone around the whole world and in the United Nations fora and other areas, stating Jammu and Kashmir and its people never voluntarily became a part of India. It was forced on them. Therefore, they appeal to all countries that they should step in and then see the dispute settled. Thanks to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, in spite of 2 wars, in spite of uninterrupted violence, thousands of killings, property destroyed, bridges destroyed, life has become miserable, and nearly 25,000 families left the valley and settled in Jammu, 20,000 families settled in Delhi. Thanks to the great people of Jammu and Kashmir, they participated in the elections. In spite of threats from militants that they will cut off the finger if they are seen to have voted, if they find the indelible there. It's a tribute to the valiant people that in spite of these threats, in fact I had the privilege, I think it's a privilege of privileges to have the occasion to monitor, personally supervise the elections in Lok Sabha as well as Assembly. In Lok Sabha, 110 candidates participated in the elections. 110 candidates came forward, swore by the Indian Constitution and said, we are part of India, we want to contest elections and sit in the parliament. That shows that the leaders in a society, a candidate is a leader in a society. Similarly, for assembly elections, there were 650 candidates for 87 constituencies. 650 candidates also did the same thing. They swore by the Indian Constitution, they swore by the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution. They said, we are contesting the elections as a part and parcel of India. So 650 plus 110, 760 candidates in Jammu region, in the valley Kashmir, in Ladakh, they came forward and said, we are participating in the elections. Even terrorists participate in the elections, hooligans participate in the elections, you must know. To decide not to participate is also participation. They went around and said, don't vote. Saying not to vote is also a part of the law. This shows that in spite of threats, candidates participated and people voted valiantly, 57%, 53%, 48% voting. And in Gujarat, there was no terrorism. It was on 37.8%. This shows that the entire propaganda of Pakistan and Western countries is absolutely baseless, without foundation from 1947, 26th October. Kashmir has never been in dispute. What is in dispute today is, between Pakistan and India, it is only Pakistan occupied Kashmir. If somebody wants a plebiscite, there should be plebiscite in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. I must compliment Dr.Farook Abdullah publicly today in this capital. He has borne the brunt of the people there. He emerged victorious. The other day when he was so kind to drop in my office, I said, this is what I am going to say. Immediately he said, I hope the election commission will hold elections in Pakistan occupied Kashmir also. They were proud that people of Kashmir are with us. The whole country is behind the state of Jammu and Kashmir who is represented by the leader, Dr. Farook Abdullah. He's not alone. Everyone in this country, 24 states and 7 union territories, we stand by Kashmir. We compliment them for defending the frontiers. We compliment them for restoring democracy in spite of tremendous adverse conditions. It was very difficult. But somebody in history has to come around. Come forward. Take the lead in the nation ahead. This exercise has been done marvelously, and I publicly compliment the people. And its representative, Dr. Abdullah, I compliment him for the exercise. And here we have Dr. Karan, a son of the soil of Jammu and Kashmir. He was himself reaching in Kashmir after the accession. And many of you may not be knowing, he signed the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution in 1957. He represents the people of Jammu and Kashmir in the past, whereas the present Dr. Farook Abdullah represents a remarkable combination we have here. I compliment Dr. Karan for the way he inspired the state of Jammu and Kashmir. He held the people together from 1947 onwards till he joined the cabinet. I was present when he was sworn in 1967 in Rashtrapati Bhavan when he became a minister. He is a scholar statesman. His thought process, analysis, his approach to life has been such that it inspired not only people in India but people abroad all over the world. We have him with us here. I take the opportunity of complimenting Maharaja Karan Singh, who after the accession has made Jammu and Kashmir people merge in the mainstream of national life. Now we have here Mr. T.N. Kaur. He is one of our very senior diplomats and an acknowledged expert in international relations all over the world. He was present in the conference that took place between India and China, Panchashila, if it was to be mentioned. Well, his contribution was enormous in that conference, similarly in Boston conference. I am aware of his contribution from 1966 onwards because I had close association with him. I am grateful to him for all the encouragement he gave me. I have seen him in action in Indo-Pakistan wars. 1971 war, he, Mr. Aksa, Mr. Manekshaw, all General Manekshaw, all of them. So he is here. He was our ambassador in the United States. He was our ambassador in Soviet Union, not once but twice. I don't know whether he'll go again if he's asked to or to represent this country. So he has done a marvelous job for the country, and he hails from Kashmir. We are proud of him. I compliment Mr. T.N. Kaur. Mr. Abdullah, the Minister of Planning, is known for his contributions to planning. And Mr. Raja Vijayakar is there. He was the director of CBI. He and me, we appeared for IAS together in Hyderabad. And then it's such a gathering. We have General Headstown. He's one of our very able, brave generals of the country. I see several people here. And in the capital, before I conclude, let me say, the capital is the mirror of the nation. And in the capital, the happiness that people got when Jammu and Kashmir restored democracy. They saw an assembly where General Krishna swore Dr. Farook Abdullah, people's representative. The whole capital was agog with happiness, pleasure, unprecedented. I belong to the capital because I am here for the last 35 years continuously. It's my pleasure to convey the best wishes to people of Jammu and Kashmir through Dr. Farook Abdullah. Let me mention here as an election commissioner. Just installing democracy is not the ending. It is the beginning. The people of Jammu and Kashmir suffered enormously all these 9 years. And there are hopes of people have been raised. They expect employment. They expect rehabilitation. Migrants expect to be taken back to the state. They expect industrial regeneration. They expect tourism. They expect peace and tranquility in the state, and all guns to be thrown in Dal Lake. No gun should be left anywhere, and every gun should be thrown in the Dal Lake except police guns. Because if you throw them also, there will be a problem. Or the security forces. So gun has ruled the valley. Gun has ruled the state. It's time for Dr. Farook Abdullah to take the challenge. He has got a very resourceful cabinet, I know some of them. they were interacting with me. I'm sure he will stand to the expectations of the nation. I wish him well on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Now I will request Mr. Singh, newly appointed Minister.
Mr. Aggarwala, Mr. Dr. Alam, Mr. Karan, Mr. Karan, my father and my Chief Minister, and all distinguished guests. It's a great honor for me, it's a privilege today to be given this opportunity to be able to speak in front of you. I wouldn't like to take too much of time because you'd rather listen to my Chief Minister and the other distinguished guests. I would just like to say a few words that I'm proud to be the son of my father, and also I'm extremely proud that I have a political guru in Dr.Farook Abdullah. I assure you that this task, if it was not for Dr. Abdullah, no one else could have done it. The way he has changed history, and I think history will be rewritten again with the mandate he's got. I assure you that the team he's chosen, there is a Urdu saying, especially for the Rajputs, in which they say, Raghupur Reet Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jahi Par Vachan Na Jahi. So this is a small speech when I made in Srinagar, the first speech I made when I went to Dr. Abdullah, and I told him that even if I lose my life, I will not leave you. Thank you.
Now I will request Mr. T.N. Cole, former Foreign Secretary and diplomat, to make a speech.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the dais and dear friends, I'm very happy to participate in this celebration of the victory of the forces of secularism and democracy, of religious tolerance and harmony, demonstrated so clearly and unmistakably by the people of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, both in the parliamentary elections and even more so in the elections to the Legislative Assembly. Some people write history, others read history, a few also make history. And our friend Farook Abdullah belongs to the third category. I recall when his late father, the Lion of Kashmir, Sheikh Abdullah, was only a few weeks away from passing away. I met him in his house. He was lying on his bed. And I asked him, Sheikh Saab, he was an old friend, I knew him from my student days. I said, Sheikh Saab, may you live long to guide the destiny of Kashmir and of India. But have you thought of your succession? He was very frank with me. And he said, Paul Saab, I've known you for so many years. There were several candidates. But to my mind, Farook is the best, not because he's my son. He may not have the experience, but his instincts are right. His heart is in the right place. And he is sincere and honest.